Yes, so here now we're going to demonstrate assignment B number 6 part 2, which says to find the gradient and the y-intercept of the following lines. So as you can see, these three equations are not in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. For you to identify the gradient and the y-intercept, the linear equation must be written in the form y is equal to mx plus c, meaning y must be the subject of the formula. So therefore, for us to, so please listen to that very carefully. For us to identify the gradient and the y-intercept, y must be the subject of the formula. Okay, we need to rearrange to write the equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c. And m now will be the gradient, and c now will be the y-intercept, but y must be the subject. Okay, so we must rearrange these three expressions for that to happen. So for example, let's say you have 3x plus 2y minus 10 is equal to 0. So let's say you have 7x plus 8y, let's say minus 15 is equal to 0. Here we cannot identify m and c because y is not the subject. So y is positive already, so we leave it right where it is. And then we cancel out 7x by subtracting. We leave the plus 8y. We cancel out minus 15 by adding. Okay. Remember, you have to watch this video with pencil and paper and replay, write it out to pick it up. What you do on the left side, you do on the right side. So we minus a 7x, we introduce is a minus 7x, so we have to introduce a minus 7x on the right side. We introduced a positive 15 on the left side, so we have to introduce a positive 15 on the right side. The whole idea is to cancel out 7x, so here it is, 7x minus 7x cancel out, and a minus 15 plus a 15 cancels out from the left side. So what we are left with on the left side is 8y is equal to minus 7x, okay, plus 15. Now, as you can clearly see, y is not the subject of the formula yet. Remember, when we say y, we mean 1y, but we have 8y, so we have to divide by 8. I repeat, when we say y, we mean actually 1y. Okay, and if you divide by 8, then you have to divide each term by 8. So we're going to divide negative 7 by 8. All right, divide the negative 7 by 8. And then we have x is a number we're dividing by 8, negative 7. And we have to divide the 15 by 8. Okay, numbers divided by numbers. Okay, so now the 8 on the left side cancels out. 8 divided by 8 will give us 1, and that's what we want. We want a 1y. So here it is, 1y. We don't have to write the 1. Then we have a negative 7 over 8x, or just put the negative on the same line as the division sign. So the whole fraction is negative, negative 7 over 8 plus 15 over 8. So here, y is made the subject. So clearly now, once y is the subject, the coefficient of x will be the m, and the number by itself will be c. Okay, so therefore, okay, we have to do this below there. That's where the example is. So let's enter this. Right, so therefore, put this in black. M is equal to -7/8. All right. M is equal to, let's put this as text because here it is a number, -7/8. And C, all right, C is equal to 15/8. Okay, in that example. Okay. So the whole idea is to rearrange the equation so that y is made the subject, and that's how you can identify what is the gradient and what is the y-intercept. Okay. What if you have an example like part B? Okay, there's one example like part B. So it's an example A. We can call that example A. And let's do an example B, like B. Now, an example like B now, you can see there's a slight difference. Where the coefficient of y is negative. So let's put an example like this. So you have 5x, let's say you have, 11x, take away 3y, plus, let's say, 10 is equal to 0. Okay. Now we want 1y, a positive 1y, but now we have a negative 3y. So therefore, it is wise to cancel out that negative 3y. I repeat, is a positive 1y we want in our final answer. And here we are beginning with a negative 3y. So we need to cancel out the negative 3y by adding 3y on both sides. As you can see, is y alone we're canceling out because we want a positive y at the end, positive 1y. Okay. So negative 3y cancels out, and we are left with 11x on the left side plus 10 is equal to 3y on the right side. Now, it doesn't matter on which side you get the 1y. Once y is by itself, it could be on the left or it could be on the right. Okay. So now all we need to do now is to just divide by 3. Each term, the 11, we have to divide it by 3. Now, as you notice now, I am putting the x away because I want the coefficient of x. Okay. So it's the 11 we divide in by 3. We have to divide the 10 by 3. And the 3 from the y, we divide the 3 by 3. So 11 divided by 3, because we divided the entire equation by 3 to cancel out the 3. So we can get 1y. And here we have it, 11 over 3x plus 10 over 3 is equal to y. So once y is the subject, it could be on the left or it can be right. The coefficient of x is the gradient, and the number by itself is the y-intercept. So therefore, okay, so we can just copy this a little sentence we have there. Therefore, m is equal to 11 over 3 and c is equal to 10 over 3. Okay, so please practice this and apply it to the assignment number 6, part 2. identifying M and C by rearranging the equations so it can look like y is equal to mx plus c, meaning y is the subject on the formula, either on the left or on the right.